Okay, so let's look at how to do portraiture just using our fine liners. So here I am just giving you a couple of ways you can go about using your fine liner. Now when we're doing fine liner and portraiture, it's not about perfection. Okay, so this one here is continuous lines. It's where you're drawing lots of lines close to each other and you can build them up and add little shapes and bumps and lumps into it. Next one is broken lines, so that's a series of straight lines, but they don't all quite join up. So lots of lines drawn close together. I'm doing this pretty fast. Obviously you'll take a bit longer to draw each one and take a bit more care in it. So loops, that's where you sort of go in one direction with a bit of a curve. So that helps you give some texture or some dimension to what you're drawing. And what have we got next here? The scumbling. So scumbling is one of my favourites, and it's the one that I actually use down the track, and it's just literally scribbling all different angles all over the top of each other to make it thicker and thicker and darker. So dots or stippling. Okay, stippling is literally just dot making. Alright, so just doing lots and lots of dots, getting thicker or going over the top of the other dots to make it a darker area. So when we're using fine liners, the only way we can create that depth in our work is by going over the top of it constantly. So cross hatching, which you should all be familiar with, which is literally just straight lines going in all sorts of different directions. Line dots, so this is where we just draw lines and dots. So lines and dots and lines and dots all together, which you'll be able to see when we go up onto the next one here. Alright, so that's some different types or different ways we can use our fine liner. So here's some examples that I've just grabbed. So you can see there the heavy line work creating the eyes and the nose to create that depth. The continuous lines, so the pens never come off the paper there. Same there, so there's sort of lines going everywhere, but we can definitely see it's portraiture. Right, here's my son. This is what I'm going to draw for you. Please bear with me. As I have said before, portraiture is really not my thing. I do struggle with portraiture quite a bit. I've gone mainly with scumbling and a little bit of sort of cross-hatching to create my portrait. I've just used a torn-out piece of sketch paper and that one fine liner. What you're doing is looking at the shadows of the picture and how you can create that depth. So there he is, my